2, 1. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever the case may be. This is Cross-Examinations Live. I'm your host, Mike S. Miller, here to talk Bible, talk faith, talk family, talk whatever. Let me mute that. And hopefully, you know, enlighten some folks. You know what's happening to me? There's only 5 people in here right now. I have been put in Twitter jail. I'm in Twitter jail. So I can't like and share this to Twitter. So as you come in, could you do me a favor and like and share this out to Twitter for me? And tag me at Abacus Mike and let people know that even though I'm in Twitter jail for being a naughty little boy, that they can still come in and watch. Hugh asks, what's drawn and quartered tonight? Drawn and quartered tonight is the dystopian future. Dystopia now. Is that what I put? Like dystopia, I forgot what I did on the actual Dystopia Now, drawn and quartered. Only on BlacklistUniverse.com. Wednesday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I put 3 Standard Time. What? Whoopsie. All right, well, hopefully people can figure that out. What is 3 Standard Time? Anyways. I hope everyone is doing a swimming lap today. I had another little bump in the road regarding the donated books. Why is it so hard to give away books? I'm trying to give books. I'm trying to give books away. And why? I gotta ask why. Why is it so hard just to give away books? So what's happening today is that I am bringing this up because I am actually going to ask for some help with this. I put the donations link right at the top because some things I didn't calculate. The shipping alone on just to where they got is over $800 for the books I'm trying to donate. So it's not only costing me, you know, it's not just costing me the extra books I printed so that I could round it up to 3,000 comics. It's costing an extra $800 out of pocket to get them to the USO, and then the USO didn't want them. So I did get a hold of OperationPaperback.org, who does want them, but what they do is they find specific USOs that do want them. And so now what's going to have to happen is the 800 pounds of books that I have, the 3,000 comics, have to be divvied up and shipped to different places around the country. And I have no idea how expensive that is going to be. So I am asking for help because I've put out a lot of money into this already. Man, only 20 viewers so far. Only 20 viewers. And I've been disavowed. So, yeah, if you guys could chip in a little bit, I don't even care what it is. Just, I need to cushion this blow because I have no idea how much is this is going to cost. It's already over $800, and I imagine it could double if we're shipping that stuff from the location it is now to different places around the country. It's the same amount of weight. Killing me. All right, so preach, Brother Mike. You want me to? Oh, wait. That's silly me. That was yesterday's. Were there any comments from yesterday's? A couple. So let's get into yesterday's. 24 viewers now. Please, as you do come in, I am in Twitter jail. So if you would please like and share this out, I would very much appreciate it. Tank heist. I would very much appreciate it if you would share this. I can't even go to Twitter. I can't even get to Twitter to send DMs to people to join me on cross-examinations. which is fine because usually I do this by myself. But that's going to be a little bit. I'm going to have other people sending invites for tonight for Drawn and Quartered. And then I spent a good part of the day today clearing out the garage so I would have space for the 2,500 comics, or 25, not 2,500, 5,000 comics. Almost 3/4 of a ton of comics are coming tomorrow. So had to do that, and now it is almost 4 o'clock, and I'm just starting cross-examinations. I do apologize for the preamble to today's episode. Oh no, is Art here too? Oh no, this was yesterday's. Dang it, why can't I find today's? Here it is. Today's chat. Pop out chat. I was like looking at 2 different chats. I'm like, I have all these old chat windows open because I'm an idiot. All right. Let's give a quick hello out to the folks that are here. If this chat will ever open. All right. Hello, Hugh, Fizz Pop, Brian, Ray, Twitter Jail. Yeah, it's McGee. Dennis, what's up, Dennis? Dude, your package was so heavy. I shipped that out today. Woo, that thing was heavy. Thustra, Fizz Pop, Brian, it's McGee. Already said that. Liam, why am I in Twitter jail? Because I had a argument with somebody and I referred to them as what were the words I used? A dullard, retarded, a couple of other pejoratives that weren't like, you know, they're not swear words or anything. And they didn't get me for like hate speech or anything. They got me for harassment. And it was like it was a back and forth, and he was saying way worse things to me than I would say to him. But somebody reported me and nobody reported him. I'm not gonna freaking report him. It's a 12-hour thing. It's just ridiculous. And granted, as a witness of Christ, I probably should not have been saying that stuff, and I repent. Sorry, Lord. Apologize. But just the hypocrisy of somebody reporting me for something when this guy's saying stuff way far more egregious to me, I think it's a little silly. So I will take it as a lesson learned. Why is it a Christian's obligation to side with Israel? All right, you know what? Let us not get too off topic. Let me go back to yesterday and handle the comments. As you guys know, I like to hit the comments. If you leave a comment on today's show, I will address it tomorrow. WK says, the lie about Christianity I wrongly took to heart as a young man was that religion, and Christianity specifically, had caused more death than any other thing ever created by human society. Well, if the religion you're talking about is Islam, then it's true. But yeah, usually they try to paint Christianity with that particular crime, and it's just not the case. I'm so glad you have pants on. Like all great lies, it has truth at its core, except the religion responsible is Islam. Sorry, I should have just read your whole comment before I comment. Is Islam instead of Christianity. Anti-religious groups do a sleight of hand and say religion, so they can lump Islam and Christianity artificially together. Never mind that overwhelming majority of death in question comes from only one side of that equation, and it's not the Christian side. You are 100% correct, obviously, because I said what you said before you even said it. And I do appreciate that. Somebody just sent in a donation. I do appreciate the donations to help out with the shipping. Man, I do appreciate it. I'm not going to call out your guys' names unless you want me to, but obviously I do appreciate it. So let's go. Thank you. Yeah, I'm not going to call out your names. I mean, I should, but I don't know if you guys want to be. That's the weird thing about this whole environment, is because we're targets. So it's like people don't want to. I mean, people want to launch Indiegogos under pseudonyms because they don't want to get doxxed, you know? Because, I mean, honestly, the other side is full of psychopaths who probably would try to do something to you. I mean, people have been attacked. Oh, sorry, this is getting off topic. I'll go back and revisit the issue again later as to why I'm asking for donations right now. But thank you very much. And yes, the thing is about them always blaming religion and then doing that sleight of hand and saying, "Oh, Christianity is the biggest religion." They will never mention that it is Islam. They'll never mention that almost 250 million people have been slaughtered by Islam. I mean, the number of people murdered by Islam is so astronomical. It's like it just becomes a statistic. Nobody can even fathom that. I mean, fathom beheading 100,000 people in one day, right? Like, hey, we're going for a Guinness. I bet you that is not in the Guinness Book of World Records too, and it should be. Hey, who beheaded the most people? Under whose orders were the most people beheaded in the history of the world in a single 24-hour period? Oh, that would be Tamerlane. What was his religion?
Buddhist.
No, not a Buddhist. All right. Nathan Rosario, the military and the USO are like any other large organization. If you talk to two different people about anything, you will usually get two completely different answers. I think the point the pastor, thank you, Nathan. I'm learning this now. I think the point the pastor I mentioned was trying to make about fasting was that health benefits can't be the primary motivation. I agree. I mean, unless, I mean, it can be your primary motivation, but if it's your primary motivation, then that's your primary motivation, you know. Otherwise, it's not a form of biblical fasting. It should be a sacrificial form of worship for the purpose of drawing yourself closer to God. I agree. However, I disagree that it's a command in the Bible. Really. It might have been a cultural norm for the Israelites in the time of Christ, but I haven't found any verses that outright state that we are required to fast. Huh. That is an interesting point. Let me do a quick search. Da 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 da. Nehemiah. Now, on the 20th and 4th day of this month, the children of Israel were assembled and with fasting and with sackcloth and upon the earth. Nope. Esther, and in every province, whithersoever the king's commandment and his decree came, there was a great mourning among the Jews, and fasting and weeping and wailing. So just the first two, it is cases of repentance. I believe the first one is Psalms. As for me, when they were sick, my clothing was sackcloth. I humbled my soul with fasting, and my prayer returned to my own when they were sick. So that is humbling his soul. As for me, when they were sick, my clothing was sackcloth. So that's a mourning, or a not necessarily a mourning, but a reaching out to draw closer to God, to search God's favor, right? Psalm 69:10. When I wept and chastened my soul with fasting, that was to my reproach. My knees were weak through fasting, and my flesh faileth of fatness. Psalm 109. Jeremiah, therefore go thou and read in the roll which thou hast written from thy mouth the words of the Lord in the ears of the people in the Lord's house upon the fasting day. So there was a set upon fasting day, which prior to Jeremiah has not been apparently listed in the scripture. And also thou shalt read them in the ears of all Judah that came out of cities. Daniel. Then the king went to his palace and passed the night fasting. neither were instruments of music brought before him, and his sleep went from him. Again, another case of mourning and or growing closer to God. Daniel, I set my face upon unto the Lord to seek by prayer and supplication with fasting and sackcloth and ashes. Joel. Therefore, also now, saith the Lord, turn ye even to me with all your heart, and with fasting, and with weeping, and with mourning. Let's find out specifically what the context of Joel 2:12 is. Fasting. Cornelius said, 4 days ago I was fasting, ordained elders in the church, and had prayed with fasting. They commended them to the Lord. And while the day was coming on, Paul besought them all to take meat, saying, defraud not one another, except it be with consent for a time, that ye may give yourselves to fasting and prayer, and come together again. That is the, I mean, I don't know if I'd call it a commandment, but it's certainly a dictate. Defraud ye not, and this is talking about the relationship between a man and a wife. Defraud ye not one the other, except it be with consent for a time, that ye may give yourself to fasting and prayer, and come together again, that Satan tempt you not for your incontinency. That means get busy, keep busy, but don't be too busy to fast and pray to the Lord. Joel 2, the context of Joel 2. Oh, this is talking about the end times. The day of the Lord is great and terrible, and who can abide it? Therefore also now saith the Lord, turn ye even to me with all your heart, and with fasting, and with weeping, and with mourning, and rend your heart, and not your garments, and turn unto the Lord your God, for he is gracious and merciful, slow to anger, and of great kindness, and repenteth him of the evil. So it is a calling. I guess it depends on how deep of a relationship you want with God, because every application I saw pretty much was about drawing closer to God. So is it a commandment like thou shalt fast every Friday between sun up and sundown, whatever? No, I don't see that. But it is a command. Perhaps it's a command more than a commandment, that it is something not just biblical, but something done to grow closer to God and to build your relationship with Him, which is something we should all want to do as Christians, right? 40 of you here, if you're new, I am in Twitter jail right now, so please do like and share. Please share today specifically because of my imprisonment in Twitter. I cannot do it myself, and so I cannot reach my usual people who are not getting their notifications if they are not getting their notifications. And granted, I know Tug is on right now, and I do apologize for stepping on his toes, but gotta do what you gotta do. And I need to get to work. And I have to do this before I get to work. So I do agree with your point about debates sometimes doing more harm than good. I have friends who treat debates like a wrestling match where all they have to do is score enough points against you in order to win the debate, and that's all they care about. Yeah, I don't even need to elaborate. That's pretty much the point I was trying to make. The Amish are a great example of extremist Christians who are no threat to anyone. Yeah, you know, we were thinking about like, okay, why do the Amish approve of a certain level of technology, and what is the line where they delineate what is technology they will use and what is technology they will not use? Obviously, it seems anything with electricity is kind of a no-go, but I think it's odd that they won't use like a gas-powered engine, but they will use gas or oil to burn, right? For light or warmth or cooking or whatever it is they use. They might use oil because it's natural. It's just a level of technology, right? They're not just using sharpened rocks to chop wood with. They're using, cast forged milled axe heads on store-bought, machine-made axe handles. And I'm not saying that they're hypocrites. I'm just curious where they draw the line and for what reason that line is drawn. And maybe I should just go look it up myself. But nobody asked me that question because I don't know. All right, I'm going to wrap up the Facebook portion of this stream. Gary, Eric, Snakebite, Raul, and David, if you guys want to join me on YouTube, jump on over. The link is in the description. So I will see you guys over there, hopefully. Peace. All right. Now it's just you and I, YouTubians. All right, done. It's you and me and you. Let us see what you have to do with me today. All right, Tweeter jail, Tweeter jail. All right, so there's almost 50 people in here. One more time, I'm going to ask. I've run into another bit of a problem getting these books, getting the Lone Star books that I'm just trying to donate 3,000 books to the Army or the Armed Forces, and it's turning into this huge, difficult thing that is just, I'm okay with it sucking up my time, but I did not calculate, like an idiot, that there would be shipping costs involved in me getting these books from the printer to the thing. So as it stands, I'm already in the hole, which I don't mind. I don't mind. I was like, okay, I'm gonna round up. I'm gonna donate, frankly, a lot of my own money to, printing enough of these books that I can round it up to 3,000 copies to be sent to the troops, right? But I didn't realize it would cost over $800 to ship them to the USO. And then the whole problem with the USO yesterday, and now I compile that on top of a new problem I got today, which is that Operation Paperback, which is helping me to get these books to the USO or to the troops, said that they've talked to USO places and none of them can handle 3,000 books. So I have to divvy up the shipment somehow. And they're all going to have to be shipped to different places, which could be like all around the country. And I don't know. So I'm as it stands, over $800 in shipping in the hole. And whatever it's going to end up being, it could be another $800. I have no idea. I honestly have no idea. So I am asking today, not for myself. Well, it is for myself, just so I don't have to pay. I want to help the troops, but man, I can't afford this. If you could help alleviate the cost, if it's $5 or $20 or whatever you could help out with, I put the link to donations in the description, and just please mark on there that it's for the USO. Or it's for the troops. If you guys could just help me lower the price of this shipping for me, I would appreciate it. And so, anyways, at any rate, do like and share. Do like and share. Gary Shipman asks, how do you stream on Facebook and YouTube? Well, Gary, I've got my laptop and my desktop both on my desk. So I stream on Facebook on my laptop, I stream on YouTube on my desktop, and then I just turn off the laptop, or I turn off the Facebook about, I don't know, 15-20 minutes into the show. I know, Gary, I was thinking the same thing. Okay. Oh, hey, Eric. I'm guessing he has two computers. Yeah, there you go. He figured it out. Divine Fire. I was watching Mike on Facebook and said there were 20 people watching, and I was like, but it says 1. The #1 cause of human suffering and death is government. That's why I prefer as little of it as we can get away with. And yes, you can use my name, says Mercy Buckets. All right. Mercy Buckets. Well, I'm going to say right now, Dennis Pruitt, thank you for your donation, because I know Dennis uses his real name, and I doubt he's going to feel bad about me telling people that he's a good guy and is donating. And Kirby Carpenter, thank you as well. Thank you as well. That does help from you too. I appreciate that. I just arrived watching this while my kids go to gymnastics. What's up, pay money? Why is your stream called Side with Israel? Ah, yes, let us go to why is this stream called Side with Israel? Because I gotta open the right page. Bam. Bill that allows states to boycott companies boycotting Israel moves forward. I'm gonna read this, maybe not in its entirety. Senate is pushing forward a Middle East bill that would put in place new sanctions on Syria. The bill would allow state and local governments to stop doing business with companies who are boycotting Israel. The Senate will once again move to take up our bill to support Israel, give local and state governments the right to boycott BDS, and punish human rights abuses in Syria, tweeted Senator Marco Rubio. We have to stay strong with our allies. The linchpin is helping Israel defend itself. And then Bernie Sanders says, however, called the bill absurd. It's absurd that the first bill during the shutdown is legislation which punishes Americans who exercise their constitutional right to engage in political activity. He tweeted earlier in January. Said Dick Durbin, I oppose it because, I don't know what Dick Durbin sounds like, because it limits the right of individuals to express themselves. I don't think it's anti-Semitic. It's because of the Bill of Rights. The bill also reaffirms cooperation with Jordan on defense operations, cooperation with Jordan on defense operations, and says it will provide humanitarian assistance to allies in the Middle East struggling because of the Syrian civil war. It tells our ally Israel. Oh wait, Mitch McConnell. What is Mitch McConnell? It tells our ally Israel that our commitment to its security is ironclad. It tells our partners in the Jordan that we have their backs as they grapple with the flow of refugees and other ongoing effects of the Syrian crisis, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell said on the chamber floor. And it makes crystal clear statement to the Syrian regime that those who abet it, your brutality needs to end. That's a terrible Mitch McConnell, but I am sorry, I've never tried to do him before. So God help us vote yes as a comment, and I totally agree. Yeah, it just ogles the mind that one of the few Jewish senators in the government, Bernie Sanders, would vote against doing something to defend Israel. What is the matter with that? Is Bernie Sanders a self-hating Jew? Is that the problem? I think maybe it is. So, there we are. Let's see what you guys have to say about that. You do a great burnout voice. Thanks. No. Oh, Dennis asks, are those books at the USO or coming to your house? Okay, so most of the books are coming to my house tomorrow. The books I had targeted for the USO are sitting in a warehouse in, I guess, Virginia, waiting for new orders for a new destination. And so I'm trying to work that out. I got an email from Operation Paperback way too bloody late today. I guess they've been trying to find homes for these books. Because there are USOs. Apparently Arlington, Virginia is not one of them. Thanks, Kathy. Appreciate the donation. Yeah, you guys are really helping out, man. Taking the weight of this off of me. And thank you, Darren, as well. Again, I'm not sure if you guys want me to say your full names, but Darren, you're there, and I appreciate you. Oh, and Martha. Thank you, Martha. Oh no, that was Kathy. Did I scroll? I scrolled the wrong direction. Yeah, and so hopefully we can get this figured out soon, because I want those things in. I want those things out there, deployed with the deployed. I want, as soon as possible. Let's see. I support Israel, but I also support someone else's right to not support them, says Ebola Jones. I don't know. I guess I'm a little too religious about this, because I believe that as a nation we should support Israel, not just as individuals. I believe that if America as a nation is united in the support of Israel, then we will be blessed as a nation. The Bible promises that those who bless Israel will be blessed, and those who curse Israel will be cursed. So I believe we should do it corporately as a nation. And the voices against Israel, like oddly enough Bernie Sanders, should not be listened to. How much to ship? Well, I don't know what the total is going to be, but my shipping alone, just from the printer to the original USO destination, was over $800, David. And so now I don't know what it's going to be from that location, because they're going to have to be divided into new shipments and sent to different USOs. Could be all the way across. Man, if one of them gets sent to the USO here in San Diego, I bet you it's gonna. I can be like, you could have just sent it to me the first time. I could have just driven it to the bloody USO. But yeah, I don't know. I'm guessing it might be as much as another $800, which I really don't know, so I can't say for sure until I do get that final. It's probably going to be a few days before I know anything for sure. Dennis Pooch agreed on supporting Israel, but what about the decreasing Christian populations in Israel? Should Israeli police be more Christian friendly? Is there a decreasing population of Christians in Israel? And is that because they're leaving because they're scared it's the end times, and the Bible says you don't want to be in Israel in the end times? I don't mean to laugh, but it's strange, right? It's like you get this calling as a Jew, you get this calling to come back to Israel, to live in Israel, to be a nation of Jews, right? The nation for the Jewish people, for the 12 tribes of Israel. But then, like, if you're like a Christian in Israel and you're reading like Revelation and you're reading Daniel and you're reading the prophecies of what a freaking crap storm Israel is going to be in the end days, I think that would be sort of a self-deporting. I mean, I don't think they're like, marking Christians' doors with a red cross or anything like that. I think it's probably a little. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know the situation. I don't know why there's a lessening, but that's the first thing that comes to my mind, because my wife is Jewish and she has felt that urge to move to Israel, and I'm like, we could visit, because yeah, I mean it's smelling like the end times are pretty soon here, and not sure that's the location I would choose to have my family be. PH says, I support the right to support the opposition to Israel, but I also support the right to support the right to oppose the opposition to Israel as well. Moving on. Those dingbats are not telling people that those who oppose Israel typically oppose the U.S. Yeah. Did you notice they're both Democrats? Democrats. I don't mean to, you know, it's funny because politics and faith, they interweave so very often. Thank you, Ray. Thank you. I appreciate the donation. Was there? Is it? Yeah. Oops. Come on, get back there. Especially when you're dealing with something like Israel, because when you're dealing with Israel, then when you're talking about it's usually a political discussion. So, sorry, this is a Christian, faith-based, program, but the politics of that faith are gonna come in. So, Comic Book Bob, did we choose the topic for Drawn and Quartered? The topic for Drawn and Quartered tonight is dystopia now. It's dystopian future characters like, Judge Dredd, Mad Max, Terminator, things like that. So I haven't come up with the final list of to vote on. If you've got suggestions, go ahead and let me know. The PayPal donation says Mikey's Kids. Is this the one you want the ASO shipment funds sent to? Yeah, David, please just put a note on there. It's just the only donation link I bothered. I don't want to create a new donation link every time I'm asking for something different. So, which actually this is probably only the second time, but I didn't even think about it. I just mark on there ASO or for the troops, whatever you want. Just put it in the memo, please. RoboCop, just watch the original. RoboCop is one of them. Yes, RoboCop would be a dystopian future. Also, so would 1984. Let's see. But I don't think, what are you going to draw? What are you going to draw? Little disheveled dude. X-Men Days of Future Past. No, we're not going to do that. Do Christian Slater doing Bernie. Doing Christian Slater. Gotta get into the head of Christian Slater first, and then you're like, okay, if I'm Christian Slater and I'm trying to do a Bernie Sanders voice, or I try to do it kind of then it just starts sounding like Nixon, or no, I can't. It doesn't work. Lord Humongous, yeah, maybe. All right, we're getting off topic here. Donate them to the troops in the CO, the White House. Trump will definitely get them to the troops. Oh, yeah. Hey, that's not a bad idea. Dude, I'm totally sending President Trump some comics. I didn't even think about that. I know his address. I don't think it'd take a petition for a donation. Huh? I don't get it. Wait, what are you saying, Mercy Buckets? Perkindo says you can use the service over on restream.io too. I don't know what that is. If you're doing D&Q tonight, make sure to promote heavily your support to support the troops donation help. That's always a big crowd. Yeah, I will. I mean, yeah. I don't want to go overboard because, I don't know how much it's going to be. Although that would probably be the best. Probably be, oh, bloody hell. David, oh my gosh, dude. Thank you, man. Holy cow. Whew. I'm flabbergasted, brother. I'm flabbergasted. Thank you so much. Patrick Sheldon, thank you. Anthony. I'm just going to say it. Anthony Seagraves, thank you. Jeffrey, was that today? Yeah, Jeffrey, thank you. And Ricardo, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Did I call everybody? Is that everybody? Yeah, I think that's everybody. Wow, thanks, guys. That certainly, yeah. Wow. You guys are so bloody generous, I tell you. Unbelievably generous people. Thank you so much. What's up, Silas? Someone was telling me to start a petition. Don't think it would need 100,000 signatures. Start a petition for what? For donations? To what? Back Lone Star for the troops here. Comic Book Bob says, thank you. Send Representative Dan Crenshaw some Lone Star books, including some for President Trump, more likely to get visited. Okay, Dennis, yeah, can you email that to me? Oh, gosh, I'll probably forget by the time. Like next week, after I already have books in hand. Actually, I should have them tomorrow. But then, ooh, the logistics begins. Tomorrow, the logistics begins. How am I going to... Actually, I did just talk to a guy who does a lot of shipping. I'm sorry, I don't mean to... This is totally getting derailed into all about Lone Star. He's stopping. Oh, he's stopping. What's stopping? What? I don't understand. Oh, no, 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 no. I work for Dick Jones. Do Earthworm Jim as Mad Max. Akira would be a good one. Oh, that is a dystopian future.
Isn't Battle Angel Alita also dystopian?
So is Battle Angel Alita.
That's going to be out really soon, too.
Bam. No, 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 no. All right, Rhaegar. Hi, all. Rhaegar, you just got here? Dang. Rhaegar, yeah. Hey, guys. I just sent out your guys' artwork today, so I have the paper somewhere here, but yeah. I saw you did the art you did for Tug. Oh, no. Did he use that? He credited me? Oh, no. I sent it to him on private, in private, and I'm like, don't credit me for this. Oh, Tug. That's fine. Whatever. I'm assuming Perkindo is not your name. Doesn't Mike know your real name to know if he got your donation? Did you get my donation? $4.19. I think I read everybody out, didn't I? I can read them out again just because everybody, you don't mind if I use your full names, right? Link. Oh, link to Tug. I don't know. Kuro Pucker says, I mentioned the White House route and someone suggesting I make a petition. It wouldn't need one. Oh, to get to the White House? If you contact the White House and donate the mags, I guess Trump would make sure the troops get them. Petition needs 100,000 signatures. Honey Badger must accept it. Okay. Yeah, I get it. But no, I think Operation Paperback is going to figure it out. So they'll figure it out, and then hopefully we'll have those books on the way by tomorrow, Friday at the latest. Hopefully. RoboCop is technically a utopian future. Oh, compared to how Detroit actually turned. That's good. That's good. All right, I'm going to thank everyone for donating once again, and I am going to use your real names. So sorry, but gosh darn it, I hate that this becomes a problem. I'm going to use your first names, just in case someone doesn't want to be doxxed. Thank you, Patrick. I appreciate you very much. Thank you, Anthony. Anthony, you're the best. No. Jeffrey, thank you, Jeffrey. Today at 3:45. Ricardo, I thank you, Ricardo, once again. And going down the other, I don't know why I'm getting two separate lists here. David, you're amazing. Wow. Ray Kroll, darn it. See, I automatically do it. Ray, thank you. Ray. Martha, thank you so much. Darren, thank you very much. Dennis, thank you very much. Kirby, oh wait, no, that was from earlier. And that's it. That's it. So I caught everyone. As long as I got the email, that's everybody so far. So just make sure you got it. I appreciate it. I do appreciate it from everybody, man. You guys are the best. You guys are the best. Let's see, where are we at right now? We are at 45 minutes. We got 15 minutes. Have we run the Israel topic to the ground, or shall we move on to something else? It was about Brian and Mike talking about Resident Evil 2 remake. Zardoz. Ah! I do not want to draw that. Comic Book Bob. I do agree that Israel needs to be supported, as they are our only true ally in the Middle East, but it's hard to defend them when they do things like those one-shot, two kills t-shirts. I haven't seen that. I assume it's not the Israeli government doing that, but someone in Israel. It's like trying to blame America for Mags Visaggio. You know. I forgot to make USO in the description. Oops. That's okay. That's okay. No worries. Most of the people on the stream are here for Bible study, so I think I can trust you guys to hear my real name. That's true, but I'm pretty sure they have snoops. There's snoops in here. You know, blue-haired snoops and shaven head snoops and all those kind of people. Well, I think anyone who donated during the stream, I figured it out. It's for the USO. RoboCop is a documentary from the future of Detroit. Yeah, Rhaegar, that's who I was talking about. I don't like to speak her name. George says, between the time Jesus died and he resurrected, Jesus battled Lucifer and the dead walked. Thoughts? Yeah, there was actually a, gosh, I think I did an episode about this, where they found a Roman decree shortly after the time of Christ, where in Judea they were making it illegal to steal bodies, right? It had become, and the article I was reading was saying that this is a confirmation of the resurrection of Christ, right? Because the body was gone. So, and who the heck steals bodies? So because of that, the Roman procurator, is it procurator? I forget the word. You know, decreed by law that it's illegal to steal bodies. Well, the thing is, I don't think they would do that based on one body being stolen or disappearing, right? I think it's strong evidence of the mentioned rising of the dead that happened when you're talking about. So yeah, the Bible does record. Oh, UPS is here. Elijah, can you go get the UPS? I think that might be my label printer. So Elijah, thank you. No more. Oh, okay. Yay, more. So I do believe that that is a very good piece of evidence that there were so many bodies that disappeared from their graves that that the government of Rome had to step in and say, whoa, whoa, this is obviously a problem. We need to make it a law so that anyone who steals a body will be, you know, dealt with using Roman Roman tactics. So let's see. The T-shirts were something their military would buy when they graduated. The government clamped down on it eventually, but it's still pretty messed up. We don't live there, so it's complicated. Well, dude, that is the same thing as, like, you know, guys getting, you know, kill them all, let God sort them out, you know, T-shirts here in the States. It doesn't.
There you go, man.
Thank you, appreciate it. It doesn't paint America with a bloodlust type of a you know, it's like, and if you're in that kind of a war situation, if you're in that kind of a situation, I'll let them judge them on that, or I'll let I'm not in their situation. So gray T-shirt Wednesday at the Miller House. Is everyone wearing? Oh my gosh, yeah, I guess everyone is wearing gray. It's funny. I agree. Thank you. Dennis Pruch. Yeah, I have a couple of consulting companies I own tied to my PayPal, so it may have come across through one of those. Israel is the synagogue. Oh, come on. No, it's not. No, it's not. We wear Punisher T-shirts. Yeah, exactly. The Punisher symbol is pretty popular in the military, isn't it? Chris, I think we should definitely do whatever Israel says without question. Well, I wouldn't go that far. They are still human. Why were they stealing the bodies? Death Bell, they weren't stealing the bodies. There was a resurrection, and a bunch of bodies disappeared from their graves because the people came back to life. In Israel, that's the thing. The fact that this had to be a law in Israel or Judea at the time, touching a dead body in Israel is it's a no-no, unless you have to, and then you are ritually unclean, I think, for like a week or something like that. So yeah, the fact that the idea that you would have grave robbers in Israel is like, it's weird. It's so completely countercultural to what Jews believed, and that the fact that that law exists is just this very weird. It's just very weird. It's very weird and very out of character for the time. I enjoyed Punisher season 2. Supposedly, nothing to do with anything. Supposedly, Jesuits stole bodies in STL for SLU medical school before cadavers were permissible. Ooh. Yeah, Leonardo da Vinci, I believe, stole bodies to study them. Or was that Michelangelo? Maybe both. I don't know. I wonder if the Middle East have any superheroes. I'm not talking about Middle Eastern characters created by Westerns. I'm talking about characters in Israel. Well, there was that Jesus guy. Had to move my uncle's body for paramedics because they needed muscle. Awkward. Yeah, reminds me of the movie Risen. I liked that movie. I liked Risen. I thought that was good. Why are we siding with Israel? Perplex a lot. Because Israel is the only working democracy, democratic republic, whatever it is, in the Middle East. Everyone else are either strongmen, secular strongmen and dictators, or religious theocratic dictators. So why wouldn't we side with Israel just on a pragmatic level? Just on a pragmatic level. Would you rather side with yeah, I mean, honestly, why would you side against Israel is the question. I used to do contract work with Gideons. They invited me to see the Passion of the Christ with them. It was interesting. I was Jewish at the time. Ah, Marsupial Gamer, are you born Jew, or are you now a Messianic Jew, or what label do you slap on your shirt now? My wife refers to herself as a Messianic Jew or a Christian. Megan, I know what I'm doing next vacation. What is that, Mercy Buckets? Israeli Defense Comics. No way, really? Let me see what that is. Israeli Defense Comics features the first appearance of Magen, the Shield of Israel. Ah, Magen David. Right, the Shield of David. On a mission to rescue a captured Israeli soldier, Magen finds himself captive by the elusive arms smuggler known only as the Man in the White Suit. Our hero must free himself, rescue the captive, escape death traps and ruthless gunmen while coming face to face with yet another villain, Saracen the Assassin. Looks kind of cool, man. That's not bad. That's not bad. Where is this? Just Israel Defense Comics. Interesting. Very interesting. I'm going to leave that page open. Thanks for putting that link up there, Comic Book Bob. I appreciate that. Oh, man. I am getting, like, super hungry right now. For some reason, suddenly. Born Jewish, now atheist. Maybe going the wrong direction? LOL. Yeah, I think that's going the wrong direction, but unfortunately, I think that's a direction a lot of Jews go into. I'm guessing you were born a Reformed Jew, or into a Reformed Jewish family. Yay or nay? Actually, you know what? Let me grab something for you. Let me see. It's oops. If I have the address correctly, there's this guy named Art Katz who very much was what you just said. He was essentially an atheist, but gosh, it's not loading. Let me see. Katz. Art Katz Ministries. All right. Let me see if I can find his actual testimony. He's got this just fantastic testimony. It was a real. I mean, how do you say it? It was. Gosh, guys, can you hear my stomach? It is so loud right now. Nearly every Jew in Hollywood is like that in public life, which is why for the longest time I was very confused about Judaism. Yeah, hit that Art Katz Ministries. It says, see articles by theme about Art Katz. Yeah, maybe go to that. Born in Brooklyn, New York, 1929, of Jewish parents, raised through the Depression years and turbulence of World War II, inducted into Marxist and existential ideologies as well as merchant marine and military experience. Art was brought to a final moral crisis as a high school teacher, able to raise but not able to answer the groaning perplexities of the modern age. During leave of absence and on a hitchhiking odyssey through Europe and the Middle East, the cynical and unbelieving atheist, vehement anti-religionist, and anti-Christian was radically apprehended by a God who was actively seeking him. The actual journal of that experience, Ben Israel, Odyssey of a Modern Jew, recounts his quest for the true meaning to life, which climaxed significantly and symbolically in Jerusalem. Art attended Santa. Well, I guess, yeah. His if you can go through his articles by theme, audio messages by theme, numerical listing of person, character, and life, fellowship. Character in life, maybe? I'd love to just get you a... He's got all these great audios recorded like over decades. Maybe I'll try to find one. I'm wrapping this up, but boy, he's got this just the little what do you call it, the snippet, the truncated version of his testimony. I think you should. It's really worth a listen. It is really, really an interesting story, really powerful story, and I think it would be something you could relate to, being an atheist Jew. So much like him. Anyways, Tiny Tim is about to go off. Tiny Tim has gone off. It has been over an hour. I do appreciate everybody being here. I appreciate so much you guys donating. Again, the link is in the description. I probably won't need too much. Actually, I don't even know. That's a problem. I don't know how much I'm going to need. But you guys have been super generous already, so you took a huge dent out of what I have to pay for this stuff. And I super agree. Appreciate it. I'll yeah, when I have more information, I will let you know. So anyways, thanks for being here. Spend time today in prayer, in the word, not in your word, in the word. Spend time in your word. Spend time in my word. And, you know, be nice to people. Be nice to each other. Don't do things that are going to get you Twitter jailed. And I will see you later on Drawn and Quartered. Wow, that's 2.5 hours. All right. I got things to do. See you there. God bless.